Alright, I'm gonna make this full screen. It's not the button. Oh god, that's the print button. That's not the button I want. Alright, whatever, that's fine. There it is. Okay. So last time we met, you guys were investigating a butcher shop that a guard who has left the the guards went and took control of, and then his men were passing out meats to all the people who were living in this town who has just been ravaged by a riot due to the death of their king. During the investigation, you found that they were actually giving out human meat, and they were not really the best of men. You found the leader, Varric Van Casterkin. Yeah. Drunk off his, drunk asleep on the upper levels of the butchery, and you decided to wrangle him together, but tying him with rope, and then you took down the forces, his 4 men, and you brought them back to the guard station. Their wagon. So right now, you guys are standing inside the field commander's office. The field commander was Cressida Croft. You guys are not in the room alone. You notice a very aged man, very handsome aged man who wears blue pants with buckled shoes and a white sash. He also has a white shirt, which is a little unbound, so it kind of is like an open V-neck long shirt. Sort of like what you would see in, I guess those, like a fencer, like in those type of movies, kind of things like that.
You can just say pirate shirt.
Yes, that actually would be accurate. There you go, pirate shirt. And he has a little black vest. He holds a rapier in his left hand, which is covered with a glove, and then his hair goes down to his shoulder, but is also bound in a ponytail. Cressida walks into the room strongly, and she removes some of her arms, her sword and whatnot, and then she takes a seat at her desk. Excuse me.
Why is this guy holding a sword in front of us?
Are you asking that in game, or is that?
I'm not asking that in game.
Okay. So she looks at you all and sees you kind of just waiting for her to report. It's been a couple hours since well, not hours. It's been about an hour since you guys returned Varric to the station, and she just looks at you all and she says that you've done well. Varric seems to not know what his men were truly up to, and it doesn't really seem like he was actually in control of them. They were just a little bit eager for power, and they used him as a platform to gain that power. Nonetheless, we were able to close out several of our cases because it seemed as though those men and their sort of mercenary work led to several of the murders that we've been investigating. So, good job. She gives you all a nice little nod. She notices that the room's sort of parted. You guys are on the right side of the room. This man is on the left side, and she knows there's kind of a little bit of tension because this guy is stupid. Wait, that wasn't mine. Okay, that was my Facebook. She knows that the room's slightly parted between you and the mysterious man. This man, this one standing right beside you guys, And everyone's like just kind of looks at each other. This is Vencarlo Orsini. He's a man who usually advises me, a little unofficially, and he has much understanding of what goes on in the areas and is, trusted amongst the people. He's alerted me that there's a diplomat who might be causing trouble. His name is Darvain Gios Ampere. He is an ambassador from Chalix, Cheliax, and his disdain for Corvosa is very well known. Several times he's tried to hold sanctions on trade against us, and he's even gone as far as trying to state embargo from time to time. Then Carlos found out that Impre is trying to actually buy out large portions of the land here by devaluing it, by causing problems with the trade in the city. He's looking to buy certain parts of, the market area and whatnot. Vincaro presumes that he's trying to collect the land and in order to hold political power over many of the people in the area. Luckily for us, and as you guys can probably tell, he's not really a virtuous man. Ampere likes to visit a place called the Eel's End. It's an area ran by Dvarj Barvasi, and he is known locally as the King of Spiders. The Eel's End is a series of barges and ships that are tied together at the end of one of the harbors to the south. And there are rumors that revolve that man also, but as much as I would love to figure out what he's doing and what kind of what control he has under the seedy underbelly of this town, I actually kind of need information that he has. Because that he's so well connected, I think that he's going to have some information on Ampre, and I, as a guard, am not really going to be able to go in there and get information from him readily. Guards really don't go into Eel's End just because they are not too keen to me and my men.
Whereas a group of unaffiliated locals could press in without necessarily causing a diplomatic incident. I add hopefully.
I'm willing to give you about 1,000 gold just in case his palms need greasing, but information on Ampre is pretty vital to figuring out if he is trying to upheave what is going on in this town.
Are you content if he knows we're questioning about Ampre, or do we need to be more indirect? I say confusingly, quite confused.
I don't really know the terms of his relationship with Ampre, so I would suggest you sort of feel him out before you be very upfront about it.
That's probably tact. We're great at that. That's awesome. I say with a centipede crawling out of my hair.
Centipede nods and stuff like that. I think it's just more important that you don't give off the impression that you're from, you're using him to get information for us. If he finds out that it's mostly for the guards, he might get a little dodgy.
Should the tactful approach fail, how badly do you want this information if it requires force?
the information is of high importance. I don't believe that a man should take power by holding a city in his clutches, as this man tries to do. That is very much against everything that this town and the people would stand for. If you thought that it was bad enough with the riots from the king passing away, I can only imagine how dangerous it would get if we had a civil unrest because someone who has not been kind to the people has tried to, or has usurped power just because he owns majority of the land surrounding.
For the sake of Corvosa, I'm happy to undertake this mission. And, I can't speak for my peers, but I know that we could handle this for you.
We'll get you what you need.
Okay.
I'm always a fan of forceful negotiation.
So she
So
has.
crude.
So she goes into.
Realistic differences.
She goes into her desk, pulls out a nice little small chest, opens it to show you the 1,000 gold that's present inside, and then she pushes it closer to the edge of the desk.
Is it one pile?
Well, it's all in the chest, so.
We'll just take that chest. I'll pick the chest up and look at my friends and put it in one of my grimy sacks.
Now, are we going with, how much weight is a 1,000 gold piece? Is it more than our halfling friend?
I don't usually weigh gold,
Okay.
because I feel like that's
If it
restricted.
has weight, it's only like 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's like you have to be Scrooge McDuck to kind of worry about being encumbered by gold.
Gotcha.
That's something I don't think we ever worried about in our campaigns, unless we were playing epic characters.
It tends to just work itself out. You start carrying more valuable coins, and then you're carrying gems, whatever.
Yeah. Like, the only time I really care about weight is when it comes to.
Cattle.
I'm okay. If I get anything else heavy, I'll be up into the medium encumbrance. But you know, if I ever have to run in this game, I'm in trouble anyways.
You just have to be faster than the caterpillar.
Doesn't the caterpillar move like at ridiculous speeds?
Yeah, that's not possible.
It also has a high stealth, I think.
It's got a plus 22 stealth, and it's tiny.
Yeah.
I get that to be faster than the thing in chainmail. That's fine.
I'm pretty fast.
So,
End of the docks, I think.
Let's go. We can pretend to have a debt or some creepy reason why we need to track this dude down and get stuff out of him. We can make him seem like extra disreputable or possibly broke, which is always bad. And then when this guy puts up a fight, we just beat him up and we're bruisers, and that's fine. It even fits.
so as you guys exit, then Carlos stops you and says that he's going toward the Eel's End, so he will join you as you guys are journeying toward there. So you guys are walking down the street, you know, skipping, holding hands, but not really.
I'm giving this dude major side eye that he's.
Roll me perception.
Wait, that's... I'm still bad.
The perception for everybody?
Oh, he's the one kind of giving the shifty eye, so.
Wait,
Okay.
that's a 15. I have a +1 bonus that's not counted in here.
Okay. Roll me a heal check, I guess, too.
Odd combination.
So, you're kind of giving him a weird eye, trying to figure out what he's all about. But you notice that his hand really hasn't moved that much. The one that's holding the sword, the one, and it's also in a black glove.
Okay. So, like it's palsied or possibly even the fake prosthetic.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I will not want to insult his martial skill, but I will not count on him to jump to my aid. I'll mumble to Gaul Ghul, stiff sword hand on the fancy guy in Goblin.
Trying to think of a suitably hobgoblin response.
Advantage Gaul Ghul. There's that.
Can I roll a professional soldier check to see if I can glean anything from the way he carries himself to further educate myself on his martial ability?
Yeah, sure. I would be fine with that.
Yeah, I guess there's a big difference if this is wounded veteran or like.
Oops, that's not right. Didn't add anything. 5.
So it's 15.
Yeah, it's a +5, so.
You could tell that he doesn't look like a man with he doesn't look like he's been in an army, but you could tell that he's fought a lot. You notice that he walks in a very confident way, and one that doesn't really provide any type of advantage to any. If his left hand really is prosthetic, he doesn't really walk in a way that provides offensive advantages to anybody who would try and attack him because of this. So he looks as though he's very well trained and in combat and with his sword. Essentially. So you guys are walking down the street. He begins to retell you guys the stories of a local hero. His name was the Blackjack. The Blackjack was a man who for many decades would put a stop to the plans of corrupted politicians or, wow, I misspelled that word, greedy nobles. He was a man of the people, and if he was around, none of this type of shenanigans would be going on. The Blackjack hasn't been seen for a decade, and it was always rumored that he was a man who or a figure that was carried on between generations, just because he's been around for so long but always looked so young.
I remember growing up on stories of the Blackjack. Down in the docks, we had a fondness for it.
He did take care of the younger people who just didn't have homes or couldn't provide for themselves. He was quite the defender of the poor or ill taken care of. So after some regaling of tales about the Blackjack, you guys finally arrive to the pier, or the harbor. He bids you guys farewell as he is going down to his home, which is further down the street. You guys take a look at the pier.
Fairly well.
Alright. So you guys look down at the pier, the harbor. There's glowing lanterns on the that are in the shape of dream spiders and God's eyes, which I believe I forgot what they look like. The hands hang from the lampposts that are along the pier. One second. Where was that? From lampposts that are along the pier, they flicker as they need to start being. They need to be cared for a little bit better. But as it's beginning to be the end of the day, or near the end of the day, the sun is starting to start to set, and their light is becoming the dominant force that's letting you see your way down the pier. The ships themselves seem to be illuminated from the inside and providing their own source of light to the area. This place doesn't look as though it ever sleeps. It's out of character. I guess you can kind of like how Vegas just doesn't go to sleep. That's kind of how the same feeling you're getting here. The pier itself is about 70 feet long, with the last 30 feet widened into sort of a large square platform that bridges off into each of the ships. There are 5 ships here that are moored to the platform, and the largest one has the words Eel's End etched on the front part. Based off of what you know as a soldier, Galgul, you can tell that this ship was sort of like a warship, just because of its size.
Wow.
So what else? So the sound of corrosing booms from the ships that are moored to the. Excuse me. The sound of corrosing booms comes from the ships that are moored to the pier. There are large signs that are painted in several languages that hang from ropes slung between the ships and are nailed to the pillings. The closest ship has a sign that says "The Twin Tigers." Take the tiger by the tail and try your luck. Opposite of that, to the west, a barge sign says "Welcome to the Golden Hawk. No safer stay in Old Kavosa." Further to the southeast is the Dragon's Breath Corridor. Dream the Dragon's Dream at affordable prices. While on the opposite, the House of Clouds, the caress of our lovelies will take you straight to heaven. Only larger ship to the south bears no signage at all. Short rope bridges or gangplanks provide access to the decks of these ships from one pier, and from the pier and from the decks of the other ships. Sailors, thugs, prostitutes, and what could have you, or could even be a few dressed nobles, carouse the pier on the decks of all 5 ships, seemingly oblivious to Corvosa's recent troubles. Here and there, large men dressed in chainmail patrol the area, grim faces in the sea of revelry. There you go.
Do the patrolling folk in chainmail, are they wearing uniform or just armor?
Just armor. They don't look as though they're part of the city guard, but they do look as though they are a, I guess, a force here. So for the most, let's see, you guys are kind of like on this pier. I have you on here, right? Yeah, I do. Just to kind of give you an idea of where you are and stuff like that. I need to open another document. Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
Oh, a thorough inspection of all of these ships would really be in. No. Anybody have good ideas? I'm overwhelmed. I mean, I talk a good game, but I actually grew up in a church. This is kind of nuts.
I'm stuck in the same place. I'm looking at this thinking I know we need information, but how do we do this in a way that doesn't make us outright criminals?
Well, we just don't say crime things, we just imply them. And, you know, it's a little loose.
You see, the flaw in your thinking is that I'm already a criminal. I fit right in.
Not only
Either way,
this appears perhaps more to your comfort zone.
follow your lead.
Where should we go first, then?
Well, in human culture, do those with the most power hide behind the most display, or use display as distractions to hide themselves? 4 of the 5 boats are marked, while 1 is not.
The unmarked boat is probably right. But if we go to the unmarked boat right away, but if we go to the unmarked boat uninvited, we might seem a little more threatening.
So an indirect approach.
Other than our pseudo escorts, did anyone else? How many people saw us come down here?
The only people who are kind of paying attention to you guys right now are the guards who are near the center of the area, like right here. Everyone else is kind of paying attention to their own thing. They don't really. There hasn't really been a reason for people to pay attention to you guys. There hasn't.
Are all the guards?
Any...
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Are all the guards human? I know that they're occasionally halfling sailors, and they might be represented in the group.
I would say they're all human.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to, this is out of character, I'm keeping my eyes on the guards to determine if they decide that we're not supposed to be there, I want to know about it before they get to us. So that's where my attention is focused, and I'll kind of follow everybody else around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, without making it overly obvious, if there's a noticeable focus that the guards have on one of these boats. Like, do they glance back to any one of them in particular on a routine basis? Is there one that they're clearly, protecting in their posture or how they position themselves on the pier?
Just up front, a lot of the guards are just paying attention to their area. They don't feel super concentrated on certain area, like on one particular area as a whole. So, like, you're not seeing them glance back to certain areas or things like that. So, for example, the ones that are at the end of the platform or the beginning of the platform, they're just kind of keeping an eye on things as they go. The other guards are kind of just like on top of ships that are looking around just to kind of make sure that no one just flies in, because people fly. So, yeah.
Okay, well, fuck it. I'm gonna walk up to the guards, and I'm gonna say that we've been sent down to do routine inspection on these boats, and that they're needed back at the barracks.
The guard hears this, looks at each other, and they just begin laughing. They're like, "Where do you think you are? Who do you think? What inspection?"
Give me a second here. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm gonna say that we were directed by Field Marshal Croft to come down to the docks, and that there is an emergency situation that they're required for back at the barracks, and that we are not at liberty to disclose the nature of our responsibility.
At that, when he says that, I'm gonna pull out my doctor's mask out of my bag and just kind of wave it at the guards and be like, "This is some kind of gnarly business."
Free inspections for everybody. No chlamydia at all.
So just you can drop trout here, or
the guards kind of.
I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just waving it. So hopefully not. But
the guard pushes you back, and he just scratches his head. He's not really sure what is going on. If there was any type of inspection, we would be the ones doing the inspection. The ships here are under our purview, and unless you have documents that prove that these ships need to be taken a look into officially, I'm not gonna let you just come in here and disorganize what we have going on here.
we don't intend. I'll jump in now. We don't intend to cause a panic or concern or, God forbid, a riot. Do you know Ambassador Lamprey? Fancy Jet comes around here, spends money now and then. Well, he appears to have come down with a little bit of the Chalixian itch, if you know what I mean. And we're coming to deliver ointment and make sure that it's not getting too far. And hopefully avoid causing any big grower concerns, such as the fact that, those heavenly ladies may not have all their shots up to date, or whatever the idiom is.
Roll me a diplomacy check. Or a bluff, whichever you feel more will get your point across.
Diplomacy, I'm trying to, these guys are in on it.
We're not lying per se.
Ooh.
Wow.
So.
Oh. 1 second, this is gonna be delicious.
I had an alternate angle, but we'll do this.
We're about to get thrown out on our asses, aren't we?
Hey, you guys have been itching to fight somebody. Let's settle that.
Itching. Ah, it's funny.
Relaxing itching.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wow.
3.
They. Wow. So these two aren't that bright. They believe you, as I rolled a 1.
Dead by illiteracy!
They look to each other as like, they kind of just, huddle. They're like, "Were you over at that boat?" And he was like, maybe? Have you been itching?
Except the very organized.
Maybe? I don't think
Man, I
so.
remember somebody needs to be like pulling on rubber gloves or something.
One of them just starts kind of scratching himself subconsciously. Or, well, I guess subconscious, but like,
Oh, I didn't take the itching curse!
He's like, "I thought that was just a rash." It's like, you might want him to take a look.
It starts as a rash. I'd be very careful.
He looks shocked and stunned by this information. Starts to show you pieces of his body where the rashes, occurred, where he's starting to scratch himself.
Don't take your clothes off.
I pulled some wax out of a stopper. Use this just a little bit every night for the next week. Should be fine.
Wait, what are you having him?
Apothecary.
It's wax.
Oh, it's wax?
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
But the cat does.
You're making up diseases, so.
That was well played. I'm just like, alright, so, so he takes the wax and just starts rubbing it on himself, thinking that it's going to help him. He's slightly panicking at this point because he doesn't want anything. He states that Ampre has been here, and he's not sure if he's here right now. But he asks if you would be able to visit one of the what is it? If you could visit the House of Clouds, maybe even talk to their owner, and possibly my iPad's not here. Maybe she might need you to take a look at her workers.
I might purposes will be able to take a look at this and get right to the heart of the matter. And don't you worry, if there's reason to concern, we'll come and find you. What's your name, young man?
His name is Bartholomew.
Bartholomew, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. We really appreciate all that you've done. Time is of the essence with these things, so we'll have to hurry along now.
So, House of Clouds is this ship, so we'll just assume that you're... Do you actually want to head toward that ship? And if so, which way are you going to head there?
it looks like we can get from each ship to each other ship if need be. So I'm going to at least walk in that direction.
I think that's our avenue in, so I think we follow it.
Right, I'm trying to figure out like which ship are you trying to get there.
Because you can't board it directly.
Correct.
Well, let's go this way, along the big ship.
Okay.
Okay.
Just that.
Let me grab something really quick. I need a profile that I can do stuff. So you guys get on top of this ship. It's obviously the largest of the 5 ships tied to the pier, and Galgo has been able to identify it as a warship. It bears the name Eel's End on its side, and it has a coiled eel with a woman's head. On top there are several drunkards, sailors, and revelers that dance and drink in the main open deck here, while the aft deck is relatively clear. There's a pair of large double doors that bearing a complex painting of a spider entrance, or allows entrance into the stern section of the main ship. You see, you all can roll me a perception right now, and I can give you a little bit more information. It's not really like a lot of information, but it kind of gives you an idea of the situation. Oh Jesus! All right, yeah, these numbers being thrown out. Yeah, you got this. You can tell that this ship has a lot more guards than the other ones. You can't discern whether that's because this ship is bigger or this ship itself has some importance to it.
Are the guards themselves of a different caliber than the ones that we just bluffed our way through?
These guards seem a little bit more of a higher breed, a higher pedigree. They look like they're actually more serious about what their positions are.
I share my observation that this boat is definitely more important than the other ones.
Do you guys want to make your way to the House of Clouds? Goggles already there?
I say we run in there for a minute and then come back over to this boat like we got sent. Let's not give them a reason to interrupt us. I don't think my ploy would work too well.
Okay. So you guys enter the ship, the House of Clouds. It's there's a large single structure that sits on top of the main deck of the ship. The double doors hang open to reveal a large room that's decorated by throw rugs, large pillows, and there's a thick smell of incense, and it's lit with these beautiful red paper lanterns. The scent of anise, rosewater, and cinnamon pours through from smoking braziers that are set in silver sands that are carved in the likeness of serpents, and some like birds that are the ones on the ground are are serpents braziers, and the ones in the air are kind of like birds that are flying in a circle that hold the actual brazier. And there's a lot of scantily clad men and women loitering around the barge's deck.
Well,
Lose yourself, little brother.
You guys should go to the other boat now. We can do that. We can go. Is that okay? Oh. Okay. I didn't know.
So a half-elf lady who's, fully draped in silk cloths, walks up to you with your doctor's mask. Because you have a doctor's mask on, right? I'm not misunderstanding.
I have it in my hands. I'm not wearing it now.
Oh, okay.
Just using that as the symbol.
She sees you with this, and she's like, "So what do you want?"
Oh, pardon me. This might, I mean to cause no concern, no hustle. I'm looking for a patient of mine, Mr. Ampre. Is he here now?
My name is Hadvara. This is my ship, and I do not talk about who is here and who has been here.
Oh no, of course. How rude of me. I'm Dr. Boo. Minor apothecary, no one of note, but this patient, I can't go into too much detail, but just as a matter of public concern and safety, if you should see him, you may not want, you may want to make sure he gets a good bath and some clean oil before and after anything. That's all. I'm sorry. We can go leave. We can wait. It's not a problem. Thank you so much for your backing away. Doing.
She just gives you this weird look. She's not really sure what someone who looks to be your age was doing here. She assumes that you're actually a kid, not so much that you are a smaller, tinier being.
Nice. That's fair. Used to being invisible. Make it work. But yeah, out of character, I just wanted to duck in here so the guards wouldn't come running up after us right away. I think we can get it unless anybody has pressing roleplay goals they need to hit personally.
No, you're fine.
So as she sees you walks away, she's like, she gave you the look, and she's like, if you have any eggs that need looking after, just let me know. Winks.
As we depart, Gagul feels the need to sort of be a part of the larger bluff, and I caution her that she needs to address that rash, and then I walk away.
Her pride looks a little hurt. She just kind of covers up a part of her body. You're not really sure if there's a rash there or not. You just... It was just an awkward moment there.
Power of suggestion. Oh. Well, now that we've thoroughly embarrassed ourselves and have the working professionals of this fine craft.
So once again, you're on this ship. Everyone here still seems to be paying attention to what they were doing previously and just kind of enjoying themselves.
Is there a like a staircase? I forget what the term is, but a ladder or whatever to get down the boat.
Near the back there, I'll say here. There's just the double doors that are closed.
Towards the south of the boat, correct?
Excuse me?
These would be higher levels, stairs going up
Yeah,
as we go further south.
but I mean, so like it goes upstairs here and here, but in here there's still a what do you call it?
Cabin?
Yes.
Okay. With the mask in hand, I'm just gonna hurry towards those stairs.
Okay. As you rush for the stairs, one of the guards kind of just reaches out and grabs you. It's kind of, with his deep voice, it's like, "Where are you going?"
On the orders of Mr. Ampray, sir, I'm to deliver some medicine.
You could just give it to me.
I need to apply it. I don't think you'll want me to touch you there. Unless, of course, you have the Chilixian itch.
He has no idea what you're talking about. He's just giving you this weird look and puts you. He's talked to you here, just FYI, and
Okay.
puts you back a little bit. So, what kind of doctor are you?
Let me spell this out for you. He needs to apply the medicine personally, or he will get sick and you will die.
And how exactly do you think I got this?
It's extremely contagious. He knows how to apply it without infecting himself.
Now, unless you'd like to be responsible for the illness of everyone on board this boat, and anyone who's come into contact with Mr. Ampray in the past, since last, what is it, Moon Day? In the past week, I think you're welcome to come with, but I think you'd better let us.
One second. Who exactly are you trying to get this medication to? I only see you get on this ship and then run up here.
Can't tell you that. That's private information. Can't have any scalawag knowing who's got what.
As far as I know, you're just some kid trying to play doctor. Getting yourself in places you shouldn't be.
I'll pipe in and say that he would do well not to incur the wrath of forces he doesn't understand, and I'm gonna pantomime without actually doing it, but I'm gonna faux the verbal and somatic components of a where did it go here? Sorry, of a detect evil spell.
Okay.
Just to straight up, like, kind of scare him. I can roll a bluff check if you need to for that.
Well, detect evil, I think, gives you an idea of where there is evil around. Are you?
Yeah, I'm not actually casting the spell, though. Like, I'm not doing it.
Oh, you're just trying to.
Thinking like I'm
Yeah.
casting a spell
I
and
got you.
invoking something to scare him.
I would say intimidate.
Okay. I can do that.
That was a pretty good roll. Let me see.
Right.
So you're just trying to use a spell to trick him out, just to kind of make him pay attention, or like?
Yeah, like without actually casting the spell, I'm just gonna pantomime the as if I was casting it and not actually invoke the magic.
I see.
I am the great wizard of Oz.
Exactly.
So he sees you trying to throw, or looking as though you're going to activate some hocus pocus, and he just gives you a stern look. He looks at you, he sizes you up, and he feels a little hesitant to kind of mess with you because you look like you are able to do some type of magical act, given how you are orchestrating this spell, whether it be fake or not. And so his attention just switches from Bushi to you, and he's like, "What do you think you're doing? You think you just come out here, cast spells, cause cause trouble?"
I'm gonna look in square in the eyes, which for me is looking like 4 feet up, and say, "Someone listens. You don't seem to hear so good. There are forces at work here that you don't understand. You had best not get between us and the problem."
With this kind of reaction, some of the people are just trying to cause a little bit of commotion. People are kind of, stopping, partaking of their drinks and whatnot, and kind of turning to you. Some of the guards on the other side of on the front half of the ship, kind of looking your direction, trying to figure out if there's actually trouble or not.
I'm going to step in and try and talk to him. Would I be able to talk to him through a profession soldier role and articulate that while I know that he's doing his job, we also have a job to do, and communicate through that role rather than like a diplomacy check?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Well, hell. I think the soft approach may have failed us tonight.
Hell, it's about time.
I don't think this is going to end well if we try to fight our way through here.
He looks at this hobgoblin who kind of takes a step forward, and he sees you trying to act as though you are, taking him as some type of official. He's like, "This isn't the hobgoblin, I lost the accent. This isn't the guard. This isn't the army. You think that I care about, some type of duty? I get paid to be here. I get paid to guard this ship. And if I'm to do my job, I need to make sure that you don't just go around caravanning wherever. Caravanning? Gallivanting, there you go, that's the word I'm looking for. Gallivanting wherever you damn please.
I want to show him off the boat.
Oh, that was meant to be out of character. I did not actually say that.
Mine was in
That
character.
sounds like a fascinating euphemism.
Oh, Dockside, it's all pretty much. It's what you got.
So he looks at Callaway and says, "I'm here to I get paid just to make sure that there's no trouble. If some riffraff wants to come here and get sick, that's his own deal. I just have to make sure that the boss doesn't get hurt.
Your
Yeah.
boss is the one that's sick.
Whoa! I will allow. Go ahead and throw me.
You're gonna need the bluff, intimidate, diplomacy check for that one.
Yeah. You can roll me any of the three, whichever you feel you are trying to push more.
Yay, somebody can roll something.
You just got a gazillion mod. Holy crap.
That's my diplomacy.
He's a very charismatic rogue.
What's your charisma, like 12? Jesus.
I've got a bunch of different modifiers on that one.
So do I, but I capped out at 8. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
This is what happens when you're a guy with a silver tonic.
I'm taking my actual character sheet, but there's like a. I think I took a skill focus for one of my feats too.
So he listens to this one. He's taking him. You can see the guy's getting more serious. And so, what exactly does this look like? As he kind of comes in.
That's your
Have you
department.
seen
I'll
the
go.
Chilaxian cabbage?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you seen the Chilaxian cabbage?
Sort of.
Well,
Your extremities start to look that way with the veininess and the dark colors. It'll spread close to the center. The affected dangly bits at the end will start to fall off.
I point at his midsection and say, "Your extremities."
He readjusts his pants.
You'll notice in the places that are yet to be affected, but that's the sign it's spreading. Some folks will get a slight cough or a pinch in the throat. That's the sign that it's reached the heart, internals. Very difficult to recover at that point. Mostly bleeding to death and amputations.
But a really lovely foliage when all is well and said and done.
Do you remember that half-elf woman we saw? The spreading and the blood everywhere? It was beautiful. That was. I should have sent that back to the guys at the university. They would have really, just beautiful.
You're right, little brother. That was quite the specimen.
He kind of looks at you and he's kind of thinking about all the things that's happened the last couple of days. He's like, just wait here, okay? You see him go up the stairs and then into here. He opens up the large double door. He opens up one of the double doors that has a spider emblem on it, and he disappears for a few short minutes. He returns and states that the boss will come see you. But he now let's get that. So yeah, he he kind of calls the other guards off, waves them off. They're just going back to doing their own thing. He just motions for you to come upstairs and into the area here. Except you're like actually in the building. So just to give you an idea, if you look upwards, you're down in these stairs. Or not these stairs. You're right here. He opens up the door into that.
Okay, I see.
So
On the stairs or not the stairs?
right in front of the door here.
Okay.
Where is it? So this large room, which appears to used to be a captain's cabin, has been converted into kind of a throne room of sorts. The walls are thick with spider webs, and which scuttles dozens of spiders, some as large as a fist, but mostly considerably smaller. These spiders seem content to stay on their webs and do not venture into the room themselves, but which is furnished with 2 sturdy oaken tables surrounded by chairs. Aft, a wooden stage supports a large leather chair, itself covered in cobwebs and scampering spiders. A large, narrow door. Well, you just came through the door, so blah, blah, blah. A large iron birdcage hangs from the ceiling like a chandelier, inside of which lingers a tired-looking purple dragon.
Like a real purple dragon?
Oh, got it.
Okay.
How about that dragon?
This is next level. So who's the purple dragon kill?
I'm gonna wait for Kevin to get back. And I'm gonna go get some water real quick. While we're waiting for him to get back.
I'm gonna do the same.
Oh, did everybody else run away? No, still here. Oh, how's it going?
Cursing totes it off for water.
Okay. I have that disaster of an object game open in another window. I can't look away.
I've pretty much written it off till tomorrow. Somebody's muted.
I had to do my dogs are rolling stupid again.
You gotta. It's
combat out there. It's war.
I
got 2 bucks in the big guy.
The cat's like, what's going on? Why do I hear these sounds? I've never heard dogs.
Whoa, guys.
One of them won.
Who's tea? What's that? What's that?
they also need to put on pants.
You've got beautiful dogs, by the way.
They're ridiculous, but yeah, they're adorable.
I'm gonna repeat it since Kevin wasn't there.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay because it was my bad because I didn't look at the screen, so I didn't notice that you stepped away for a
Can
second.
you hear me, or am I still muted?
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
So this large room, which was once a captain's cabin, has been converted into a throne room of sorts. The walls are thick with spider webs in which scuttle dozens of spiders. Some are as large as a fist, but most of them are considerably smaller. These spiders seem very content in staying in their webs and do not venture into the rooms themselves, which is furnished with two sturdy oaken tables, surrounded by chairs. Aft, you see a wooden stage that supports a large leather chair, itself covered with cobwebs and scampering spiders. And then nearby is an iron bird cage, which hangs from the ceiling like a chandelier, inside of which lingers a tiny, tired-looking purple dragon. And then let me see if my token is...
Now, forgive me for not knowing enough about the world, but that's totally bonkers, right?
That there's a dragon?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, not as bonkers as, like, going into a boat in Lake Washington and seeing a dragon in a cage. But it's not like...
a McCaffrey novel, right?
It is uncommon and of note.
Right. That would be accurate. The hell, I had a token for
You
it.
said it was purple?
Yeah.
What do they even do?
I'm trying to remember what the hell kind of dragon is purple.
Is that a blue...
Oh, that's wrong.
Is that a blue-red crossbreed? Does it shoot, like, plasma?
It shoots bubblegum.
Where is...
Closest thing to a purple dragon I remember is a prismatic. I don't think we're going to be seeing one of those around here. And I think it'd be quite a bit bigger.
It's like a little pseudo dragon. I'm more concerned about the damn spiders, because fuck spiders.
Are you afraid of spiders?
I hate spiders.
If I remember right, even warbling prismatics are like the size of a barn.
What the fuck is that?
What I'm picturing is that we don't die.
Wow. I'm ignoring the grid just because for some reason they put the chair in between grids. So I'm just gonna do that. So yeah, I knew someone was gonna. You were at least. I knew you were gonna end up linking the spinner or something. So you see this man that's has his legs slightly crossed on the throne that's up in the front. His arms are just laying there, and you see the spiders kind of comfortably go across his body. What do you guys want to do?
How are we going to get information out of this dude? Somebody with charisma, make a decision quick.
What? Give us a better sense. Like, does he seem perturbed by our presence? Is he just chilling out? Like,
he's. You guys have his full attention. You don't know what the guard has told him, but he's obviously willing to give you a little bit of an audience to kind of
so this is like umbrage. It's not like disinterest. He's just waiting for our presentation, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, who's to say? May, and K, no pay?
What
Oh,
kind,
she's basically pig Latin, right?
what kind of business will we come here for?
Well, I treated his rash, and he didn't pay up.
Yeah. It's worked well for us so far.
Well, how are we gonna get what we have to take back? Like, we're gonna have to come clean about that at some point here.
We're debt collectors, and we can offer half of what he owes us for information on his whereabouts so that we can collect the other half.
Works for me.
I'll be the muscle-bound debt collector.
So you're taking point? That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm not at point. Don't let the hobgoblin take point on anything that involves talking.
Well, give me an idea who's gonna be the mouth, and
Not elf, you have charisma up the butt. Do it.
And elbowing right on the elf.
Okay, I guess we'll offer to help him with the debt if he'll give us the information we need.
Yeah, open up. It was a half-truth. We did treat him for something. But he hasn't paid up. We hear you might be able to help us track him down or find out where we could find Amprey. We'd be willing to pay half up front. Like he says.
roll me Diplo.
Okay.
I mean, whoever's gonna end up making. I got you.
I'm just supporting. I'm hoping that you've got the case being made.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to phrase it. I don't know how to. Chris rolled. I say Chris started.
I can roll the support if you want.
Yeah, if you want to aid, feel free to. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's legit. I'm just double checking something. So I know. So he looks kind of intrigued. He offers that he knows something about Emperor, but he doesn't feel a reason to give up information so free.
We can pay.
How much you paying?
Let's start with 200, and if he pays up, we'll double it.
How about 500? Up front.
$200 now. 500 if we can track him down. It's no good if we can't actually get it back from him.
$250 now. 300 when you find him.
This is DeVargo, right?
Yeah.
I'll look to my Confederates for a sign of support or refusal.
Go for it.
Alright.
He's countered with less money than you offered him.
Did I?
That's as good an offer as we're gonna get.
You said 200 up front, and then
I thought he was asking for 500 up front, but we'll leave him, and so I was saying 500 later. But
He's
he's
countered with 250 now and 300 later. So
damn it, I am dumb. Well, fuck. All right, you guys got away with that one.
Yeah, he bartered himself down. He's not.
you have us vested, sir.
He's like, yes.
You gotta pay to play, right? I'll hand the bag off to Alanon to count out. There's a chicken in the bag. Don't let the chicken out.
keep the chicken. I can eat it later.
Chicken's mine.
You want to share?
It's for rituals.
Can I eat it after your ritual?
Yes. So what's So what's the story?
Okay. So he counts the coins. He just looks happy. He's just happy with himself. He's just so proud that he was able to pull off this deal, unbeknownst to the bumbling, well, the fool that he made himself to look to be. The guard in the back kind of just has his hands like, I can't really work this guy.
Influence my dump stat.
Yeah. So he claps his hand. The information he provides for you. So he learned of a scandal that Ampre was having with the wife of an important noble back in Chilix. Apparently, the noble or the ambassador and this wife or this woman has been corresponding while Ampre was stationed here in Corvosa. And when DeVargo heard these rumors, he paid the man a visit. DeVargo attempted to befriend the ambassador, giving him a gift of several vials of Shiver, and Shiver I think is kind of like a drug, is what it's called. The ambassador refused. Oh, and also he wants to make DeVargo tried to make a proposition to open up a line of trade with Chiliax. And the ambassador refused and had DeVargo escorted from his home, but DeVargo also pickpocketed the man's house key as he left.
applaud to that.
Returning later that night to return the key and steal, several of the ambassador's letters to his paramour. So DeVargo has actually been selling these letters back to the ambassador at a rate of like one every couple weeks, just to kind of play with them. And it sort of also feeds in because he's been using that to make him come to the Eel's End to kind of purchase them. So, he's been selling them at a sort of also as, trying to just get back.
Very clever, team. You are a sharp one.
So he doesn't really tell you exactly what the letters are, actually saying, but because the fact that the ambassador hasn't really gone to the guards is sort of telling of how personal these letters are and how he just wants to kind of get them back and just be done with this. So DeVargo hands you guys the last two letters that he has. I don't think I actually have the letters. I don't have the letters actually written out. So yeah. So he hands you the letters and says, "Pleasure doing business for you," and he counts the coins.
This is much appreciated. I think this is the leverage you need. How are you getting a hold of him?
Oh, he comes to me. He knows that we have a deal that if he comes to visit me every couple of weeks, he may be able to purchase one.
Do you know the next time he'll be coming by?
Possibly in the next couple of weeks. He was just here this past weekend.
Well, if he was just here, would you be willing to send us a letter? Drop us a note, send someone over to an address next time he comes by, so that we can make sure that he gets these letters back.
It's going to cost you extra.
That's how we deliver the end. Otherwise, I won't have found him. That's when we'll pay up the last of it.
Sure, that'll work.
Cool. Sounds good. I give him the address of the abandoned house that I'm now like camping out in, I guess.
Okay.
Where we did the beheading, right?
Yeah. That seems like a really good crime base to have.
Yeah, we helped a dead lady and chopped some dude's head in this building. I think I'm going to call this home.
The haunted beheading house? That's where I do all my schemes.
As the negotiations appear to have died down, I chime in. How much for the dragon?
Oh, Christ.
That is mine and mine alone. Do not look at it.
Well, you can't blame a girl for trying.
Have you, although that reminds me, have you been able to find Shiver lately?
He does not feel very forthcoming to answer that. He just,
Seems to have been scarce from a lot of other folks. That's all that.
well, I'm sure I could find my way if I need some.
Good. Awesome. If you're taken care of, you're taken care of. Thank you very much. And unless you guys want to start a fight.
No, I think we have successfully not killed anyone yet again. Well, if the guards accost us on our way out.
We did impress upon them the value of hygiene, and that's more important.
As you go, if you guys are leaving, I'm just gonna say, the guy up here is still just rubbing wax on him like it's crazy. Like,
Coated. It's one of my 2 candles. Oh man. Yeah, no, I think we're good.
okay.
We can come back and get the train later.
So do you guys want to return back to the Citadel, I guess? I guess
We'll take the long way around.
Deposit our ill-gotten gains before we go back. We're keeping that money, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm neutral. Good. Neutral. Good. Not stupid.
I think that was our fee for getting the information. She was willing to pay $1,000 for the information, which we acquired.
With no murders. No murders.
And we didn't even kill anybody.
If it makes you feel better, I told my group about you guys so much that one of my normally questionably neutral characters has decided to be trying a little bit more lawful. And so he's not trying to kill and or threaten and or torture every NPC he meets. So
Wow. We are changing the world for the better.
Constraints of alignment,
well, I think it also helps because that group doesn't, or before we started doing like full-on campaigns for Pathfinder, we never really had a lot of continuity with certain NPCs, so killing wasn't really a problem until they realized, oh, this person might actually be important. So.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure who to kill and who we want to beat up and press into our side. And besides, the only thing I can do that does damage is shoot a crossbow. So like,
yeah. So I guess you guys return back to the Citadel, or did you want to check the other boats?
We got what we came for.
Yeah, I think we can go report our success.
Now you've been checking the other boats, yeah.
Okay.
We're not robbers. Well, most of you.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
The rest of us.
So you guys
I'm
were
just a petty thug. I am not a robber.
Yeah, but Aiden's kind of questionable.
Yeah.
this is
I'll
just,
beat him up. He takes their money.
and that way one of you is a thief and the other is a thug, and neither of you are like mugging anyone. It's
Correct.
2 separate functions. Totally fair.
So you guys return back to the Citadel. You hand in the letters to Cressetta. She starts reading. You can just see her face just glows red. She's pretty embarrassed by what's in this. Like, these love letters, these are serious. Like, this is the kind of stuff you pull off the the grocery store love novels. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So she blushes them and passes it off to one of her clerks that stands nearby. She's very impressed by what you guys have done in the last couple of days for Corvosa, and even more so happy that you guys aren't really causing bodies to just appear everywhere.
I kind of turn my head down.
She
Do
drew.
we need some brute thuggery? Because we can't do that.
Me disappearing, because that's really my strength in this whole relationship.
She motions to her clerk to get the other box that is set upon one of her tables. The clerk goes over, grabs it, puts it on her desk, and she says, "This is for you." The clerk slowly opens up the chest and it reveals 500 gold. And she says, whatever you guys have left over from... Actually, she doesn't know. Never mind. She doesn't know you have you have leftover gold. We're good. This money's for you for the services that you've done for the town for the last few days. You guys are kind of rummaging through the gold and counting it. On the bottom of the gold, you find is it just one? A pendant. So there's 4 pendants on the bottom. Each of them is a pseudo dragon's mark. It's the on the back. It's etched. It says for going above and beyond in the service of Garvosa. For stat reasons, these actually give you +2 diplomacy on people of the city. And then she indicates that she doesn't have any other tasks that need to be done right now, but she will keep you guys in mind should anything arise.
Okay, so wait. The money that we said we were going to go back and give the other dude later, we kept that, right?
Seems like it.
So we're divvying up 1,250 gold 4 ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll thank Cassandra for recognizing her service and how glad we are to have been of use in the city's time of strife and chaos and all the usual functions of a city.
That'll be pretty much it for today. I would. So yeah, because you guys didn't go back to End's Eel, or you obviously didn't pay off Devarga the rest of his money. So just be mindful of that.
Right. Well, he hasn't sent us the message.
Right. No, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So yeah. I'll probably. So like I said, I'm gonna read the module stuff this weekend and give you guys an idea if we're gonna switch to that. So since we're not playing next week, you guys have a good idea of what you might have to prepare in replace that. Most likely, we'll probably just use the same characters unless it requires something different. Just so you guys are kind of we can just jump in unless you guys want to make something different.
Okay.